Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In today's video, we are going to talk about sales and distribution or SD, and we are talking about the order to cash flow. Before we start, I just want to request all my viewers to subscribe to my channel because there are people who are watching the videos but they do not subscribe to the channel. Kindly watch this data and please, I request all of you to subscribe to my channel so that you do not miss any new video which comes into my channel. So now let's start. So the agenda of today's video would be an introduction to SD, and we'll talk about the organization structure. We'll talk about what is new in S4HANA sales. We are going to talk about the master data in SAP SD. We also will talk about the order to cash cycle and phase-wise activities. And we will do a system demo in another video. Now let's start with the introduction to SD. Now SD is one of the key components of S4HANA and it's used to manage the shipping, billing, selling and transportation of products and services in an organization. Now if I talk about the org structure, the first org structure is the company code, that is the company, and under the company there can be one or many sales organization which takes care of the sales activities, and under the sales organization there is a distribution channel for the distribution and also a division. So this is the org structure of SD. Now let's talk about what is new in S4HANA sales, because there are a lot of new features and enhancements which have come in the recent years. Now first is the data model. So the data model has been simplified. So there are various existing status tables which have been eliminated, and all fields under these tables have been moved to the corresponding header and item tables for sales documents, deliveries and billing documents. The document flow table has been simplified. Redundant document and rebate index tables have also been eliminated. So let's talk about sales order fulfillment and monitoring. Now here we have a fulfillment cockpit which is facilitated by Fiori. The sales representative can filter sales orders with issues and gain insights into process execution. And the whole thing can be visualized and we can see the end-to-end sales process scenario in a single dashboard. Now let's talk about the sales order fulfillment cockpit. Now in this cockpit, it enables a visibility into order fulfillment. It provides the sales representative to focus on key issues. It also has some analytical insights. It also improves the collaboration with internal and external contacts to resolve issues. Now, if you talk about sales order monitoring, since 1809, SAP has given us a lot of features in this area. Now, first is the SAP Copilot functionalities, wherein we can see all the sales orders from one particular client, and we can also do predictive analytics and machine learning capabilities. Now, if you talk about sales order billing and returns management, there are a lot of apps which have been modified and some new enhancements that have been added in this area. For pricing management, there are a lot of new innovations which have been delivered in 1909 and 2020, and it also includes a new Fiori app for management of pricing. If we talk about condition contract settlement, the SD rebates have been replaced by condition contract settlement process, which is followed by the settlement management process. So this means that all existing rebate agreements can be processed up until the end of validity date and then closed by a final agreement. Now, if you talk about foreign trade, the SAP GTS replaces the SD foreign trade and customs, because in ECC we had SD foreign trade and customs which have been replaced by SAP GTS, and the foreign trades and customs functionality would not be available in S4HANA and you have to use SAP GTS. And another big change in credit management and revenue accounting is that the FSCM credit management has been replaced by SD credit management in S4HANA, and SAP provides tools to migrate to SAP credit management. So there are procedures wherein we can migrate from the old FSCM to new SAP credit management. Now if we talk about master data in SD, some examples of master data are customer master, where we have to maintain it via BP. We have prices and conditions master data, we have route master data, we have customer material info records, and we also have credit master data. So as we know that the master data is the base of any transaction. So if you are producing, transferring stock, selling, purchasing, and doing any physical inventory, we have to have master data. Now we have talked about the business partner in the earlier video. Now here the important thing is the customer roles. Now if we talk about the customer roles are FLCU00 for customer account, and FLCU01 is the customer sales data. Now BP is a transaction wherein we can maintain business partner, customer, and supplier. So this is a typical customer master creation screen wherein we can create a person, an organization, or a group. So if we choose this role, we can enter the general data of the customer. And if we go into this section here, sales and distribution, if we want to enter sales data, we have to click on the sales distribution data and enter the relevant fields. So after we click on this sales and distribution, so we enter the sales organization, distribution channel, and division, and we can also assign more than one sales organization into this customer master over here. If we click on sales area, we can have more than one sales organization for this customer. Now let's talk about the order to cash cycle with phase-wise activities. So here we see a holistic view of the order to cash process. Now the first section is the pre-sales activities, wherein the customer can contact us, they can have an inquiry, they may have a contract and a quotation. So these are the pre-sales activities wherein we can get inquiries from a potential customer. So after the customer confirms the order, we would create a sales order wherein we have to make the sale to the customer. After that, once the order has been processed, we would have to pack that product into a box and we have to deliver the product to the customer. We have to create a shipment and then send the product to the customer. Now sending the product is also called as goods issue. So once we issue the goods to the customer, we will send the billing document to the customer for payment. So the last step is the billing part. Now if we talk about transactions, it starts with inquiry. So VA11 is for inquiry, and then we have a quotation wherein the customer gives a price. Then once the prices are finalized, we will make a sales order. After the sales order, we create an outbound delivery so that we can deliver the part to the customer. Then via VL02N, we can pick the quantity and as well as post the goods issue. And finally, we would do the billing via VF01. Now, if we talk about the pre-sales activities in detail, so there can be a contract, which is an informal document with a potential customer. We can have an inquiry, which is a non-binding formal inquiry from a customer about the products and services. We can have a quotation, that is a document that contains the offer of the company to a customer. We can have a formal agreement between a company and a customer, which is also called contract. And we can also have a scheduling agreement, which is also a formal agreement between a company and a customer to provide products and services. So these are some of the activities which happens before an actual sale happens. Now, if we talk about order processing, we are talking about the sales order. So it is a document that captures the request of goods for a particular customer. So inside the sales order, there are a lot of information about the goods and services. We have information about the pricing. We have delivery information with the dates and quantities. We have the route information, that from where the shipment will reach the customer, what is the route. And we also have the billing information in terms of payment and risk management. Now, if we talk about shipping, we are talking about the delivery and the goods issue. So an outbound delivery is a document that enables shipping of goods to a particular customer. So in an outbound delivery, we can have picking and confirmation information. It can also have transfer order. We have information about packing. We have transport and shipment information. And we also have to post the goods issue, wherein a material document is generated. Now, posting goods issue is integrated with SAP FI because it generates an automatic posting on GL accounts, and the cost of goods sold account is debited and the inventory account is credited. Lastly, if you talk about the billing document, so it is a document that serves as the creation of invoices. So after we make a sale, we give the invoice to the customer so that he can pay us. There are a lot of functionalities like creating invoices, creating credit and debit memos, cancel previously created billing documents, and this billing part is an integration between SAP FI. When a billing document is created, normally the customer account is debited, the revenue account is credited, and also the tax account is credited. Now, if you talk about the inquiry is done by VA11 screen. So here we have details of sold to party and shipped to party. So this is the customer where we are shipping and selling the part to. Here we have an internal PO number, so it's called a customer reference number. It's a free text, we can add it. And here we give the details of the material. So we have the delivery date, and we have the loading date, and we have the plant. So this is the plant and the shipping point from where we will ship the product to the customer. So we have the part in our storage location. So we are specifying the plant and the storage location and the shipping point from where the part will go to the customer. So quotation is, once we have a quote from the customer, we can create a quotation. So normally we can create a quotation with reference to an inquiry. So if we have an inquiry, we will put the inquiry in this screen. So once we go to VS21, we go to create with reference. So once we click on create with reference, the screen will open. So here we'll give the previous document number. So in this case, our previous document number is inquiry. The number of the inquiry will be put here, and we'll press enter. So after that, the details of the material and all the other important information will be loaded from the inquiry into this quotation. So here we can see the shipped to and sold to party, and we can also see the customer reference number. So once we save the quotation, we would go ahead with creating a sales order via VA01. So again, the sales order can be with reference to quotation. So again, the item will be loaded from the quotation, and we have all the details like the Incoterms and the Inco location. We have the shipping information, we have item overview, we have item details. Here, if we go into item data, we can have the plant from where we are sending the part. So this is important. The plant and the shipping point is important. And this is the storage locations. For example, if we are sending raw materials, so we have to specify the location from where the part will go to the customer, and the order can be seen here. So after we save it, we can see the standard order number here. Now here is the outbound delivery. Again, the outbound delivery also will be created from the sales order, and by a VL01 we can create an outbound delivery. So the line item will be loaded here, and we can save the outbound delivery. Now VL02N is for picking and posting goods issue. So we can pick the quantity because the part is inside the location. So we have to take the part from that good bin and place it to the area from where the shipping activities will be happening. So picking the quantity is important, and then we would do the PGI. So picking quantity and posting goods issue happen with VL02N. Now after the PGI has been done, there is a material document that is created. So this is a normal material document wherein the movement type is 601. We can see the plant and the storage location from where the goods issue has been made, and the line item is loaded from the previous document. Now lastly is the billing document which we do from VF01. So again, the billing document happens with respect to the delivery. So once we have the delivery, the line item will be loaded from the previous document. So normally the document type of the billing document is F2, which is called invoice. Now if you go into the item details, we can have the plant, the division, the storage location from where we have sent the part. So we have information about the sales document and the delivery document. So we can understand that this billing document belongs to which sales order and to which delivery. So after the billing is posted, there are some documents which are generated in accounting. So we have an accounting document as well as a controlling document, which we can see here. And lastly, very important, we can understand the document flow. So this is the icon. So if you go into the delivery document and click on this icon, we come to this screen which is called document flow. So we can see that which is the first document that is created. So first we have created a sales order, and then we did a delivery, and then we picked the part, then we did a PGI. So this is the material document for PGI, and then we have done the invoice, and then we have done the journal entry. The best way to view the documents for a sales order is to go inside the delivery and click on that document flow icon. So this was all about the sales and distribution cycle. So in the next videos, we would create these documents inside the SAP system. So please like, share and subscribe to my channel so that you do not miss any further videos which are coming soon. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.